We want to take this opportunity to welcome all media houses and journalists for answering to our call. Yet, a much awaited press conference. That many here will be very eager to listen to the message that we'll be giving. And I believe you also have a lot of questions you want to throw at us. And we will do our utmost, as always, to make sure we do justice to the questions that will come our way. Without wasting time, we want to assure everybody that is here, as we usually do Aprc, there will be question and answer session at the end of the press conference. And when we reach there, the rules as usual will be made known to each and every one of you here. Once again, thank you for coming, thank you for answering to our call, and we'll always keep working with the media. That is what we are well known for, and for the audience as well, party members, sympathizers, and those that are following online, telling you welcome yet to another Aprc press conference. Without much ado, I would want to hand over to the party leader of the Aprc, His Excellency, the Right Honorable Fabakarr Tonbong Jatta.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين الحمد لله رب العالمين Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for granting us this opportunity and this day. I want to salute and recognize and applaud the various media houses here present for taking time to answer to our request. You are most welcome. As our spokesman said, I will also appeal, and I will speak in English, but I will make a summary of my speech in Mandinka. But only the English speakers or local people will be able to follow and understand. I will take this opportunity, first of all, to thank the Aprc National Executive Committee members. From my two deputies to the last person, I thank you for your loyalty, commitment, and sacrifice throughout the last 4 or 5 years. I am more than grateful. We could not have reached where we are today without your efforts. I also want to thank all our Aprc structures from the village, ward, constituency, region, and our structures outside in the diaspora, your committees, and the entire membership. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart on behalf of the National Executive Committee. I want to thank our youth, our women, our Elders Council, led by and all Aprc elders in this country. Our National Assembly members, our councillors, Women's Bureau councillors, our YI companies, members of the Aprc Students' Wing, all APRC sympathizers, supporters, and militants. And of course, our various APRC online, radio, and television. Our vibrant APRC candles. And of course, within us is the Jatta family of Alhaji Dr. Yahya Abdul Aziz Jatta. We are welcome. It has been a very challenging and difficult period since the former president, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya Abdul Aziz Jatta, left the source of this country for Equatorial Guinea. We are all aware that it was meant then to bury the APRC alive. Thank God, with the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and of course, you, the Gambian militants of the party, we were upright, we were resolute, and prepared to surmount all difficulties to reach where we are today. I thank you very much. We are all aware of that. During those difficult times, we want to thank all those people, from within or without, openly or covertly, who were able to give us courage, to sympathize with us, to help us, both material and morally. All of them, wherever they are, we are thankful. We know and we acknowledge. We are thankful to you all. Despite these challenges, we must recognize that we only achieved what we have achieved because if you remember at the dawn when we started, we said we are in opposition with a difference. We are disciplined, we believe in Allah, and we are hardworking. We respect authority. I've said it several times. We are not the opposition that believe that whatever government does is bad because we want to come to power. We salute you when you do good. We will try foul when things go around. The same standard principles we hold then are the same principles we hold today. We want to make that very clear. I am aware that we also have amidst us, that was coming in a different thing, I never knew they were here, but we also have our partners, our alliance partners, the NPP National Executive, led Coalition National Executive. Some of them are here. I never knew you were here, but we come to those things. So as I said, we all know what we went through. The challenges, the sufferings, the abuses we underwent. But despite that, we were tolerant and disciplined. It is only that Allah guided us to this level. I want to urge all APRC militants, despite the current circumstances, prevailing circumstances, let's continue to abide by those salient qualities of discipline and respect. Despite the pronouncements of His Excellency Yahya Jammeh, last Friday at Kanilai, hot we may be, however challenging it may be, former President Yahya Jammeh has been our president for 22 years. Former President Yahya Jammeh has been the leader of this party for 20 years. We cannot, under any circumstance, forget that. Because we know and we recognize that he had transformed this country unbelievably during those difficult 22 years. His pronouncements of last Friday, I believe and sincerely believe, that was as a result of ill advice and misadvice by people who pretend to love him, but honestly, they are the people who don't love him and hate him. After all these challenges, despite whatever might have happened, we believe the right thing was for him to call the National Executive Committee to express his reservation or whatever, and no other person. If we are to ensure the continuous understanding within the APRC. Therefore, there has been a lot of speculation, talks, allegations, insults over this period, even well before. I want all known APRC members to be disciplined, refrain from insult, respect elders, and give your faith to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those who sound mostly don't have ideas to battle with. So I want to urge that very much. We as a party, indeed as a democratic party, believe that in any democratic process, there are bound to be dissenting voices and disagreements. For in my last press conference, I gave the press the detailed process we underwent to reach an agreement. During that process, people can express dissenting voices. You can canvass for others to join your camp. All those things are fundamental, and we believe in them, and it is the beauty of democracy. But it has limitations. After all the processes, after all the due process is completed, and decision is finally taken, your right to dissent ends there. You have two options. You either toe the line and accept, or you can leave and do something else. Because after the due process is completed and decision is taken, you will step on other people's rights. So for those new to the coalition, immediately when we started the process, there were dissenting voices. We appreciated, we acknowledged, we talked to people, we went around the country, we came back, analysis were done, and then decision was taken. From that day onwards, any other person saying otherwise, be it me or any other person, you have exceeded your rights. And that, for us, is content. But we stayed put. We kept quiet. We tried to go to people and explain to them, because it's politics. But it is a known fact, anywhere, in any political dispensation, in any democratic dispensation, even if we go to elections, people have dissenting voices. But immediately results are announced and accepted, that person becomes your president or your member of parliament or whoever he may be. Aprc is a party for all governments. No political party can be formed and registered in this country without fulfilling the legal requirements in the Electoral Act and the Constitution. Political parties are Gambian parties. In fact, one of the requirements in registering political parties is to make sure you have your registered members from all the regions of this country, not to make it a regional political party, or a tribal political party, or a family political party, or a local couple political party. Political parties have set criteria for formation according to the law, and we make those requirements to be able to register political parties. And the leaders of political parties will hand over the baton from one leader to another. It will continue until for those who, to generations yet unborn. We in the leadership of the party, we like it or not, we will hand over the baton someday. And those people also will hand over the baton. And these are done through democratic processes, as per the laws of the political parties. Today, the management and operations of the Alliance for Patriotic Reorientation and Construction, APRC, falls on our shoulders. Yes, on our shoulders, on behalf of the membership of the Alliance for Patriotic Reorientation. To this end, the APRC National Executive Committee, after all due processes, has signed an MOU for an alliance with the NPP-led coalition on 2nd September 2021. To this end, we want to send signals and warning to the GANU leadership that it is misleading and illegal for anybody to use the name APRC to be in alliance with any other political party other than the NPP-led coalition. And we want to urge our partner political parties, when I mean partner, I mean all other political parties, that we must all try despite our desire to be leaders of this country. Show examples of exemplary leadership and honesty to the people to the people of our parties and indeed to the entire Gambian populace. We will not hesitate. I will repeat, we will not hesitate to take any legal or any other step necessary to prevent anyone from taking us for granted. To this end, from today I am directing the Secretariat, the Admin 1 and 2, to write to the IEC, the Inspector General of Police, and of course Aprc, that is the Inter-Party Committee, to warn all people to desist from using our name and our emblem. Thank you. Furthermore, we want to urge and inform GANU leadership, and even to those who see themselves as part of GANU, who were former APRC members, whoever they may, to desist from using APRC color, APRC symbol, and their political garden. APRC is open. It's a Gambian country. Those who have gone can come back. Those from other political parties can join the APRC. Equally, some members of the APRC may decide to go to the other political parties. It should be a battle of ideas and not insults for us. I also want to make something very clear. It's unfortunate that the alliance with NPP, that as I, Fabakarr, Tonbong, Jatta, as a Muslim, want to make it abundantly clear that our former president, His Excellency, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya Abdul Aziz bin Gunjabi, was aware of this coalition move. I stand and I will swear to the Holy Quran at any level. Two, when it was happening, it was not only me, it was in the presence of Usman Rambo and Yakuba Koli.
Yes, that's true. In my presence.
Three, I have seen somebody here who is very close to him. I don't want to mention the name. He was even sent to me by him on this very issue. Yes, you can agree to something and later disagree. Three, I have seen somebody here who is very close to him. I don't want to mention the name. He was even sent to me by him on this very issue. Yes, you can agree to something and later disagree. Yeah. But we must acknowledge the fact that it came to us notice. Two, I believe that all the sacrifices we have made and we continue to make, is purposely for the Gambia, for our Green Party and its membership, and for him, our former leader, Jatta. So I want to say this. I told you earlier, I believe, that's my opinion, that he did what he did last Friday as a result of ill advice and misadvice. That's what I said. But I believe, if we are all honest, if AG wants to talk to any other person other than a national executive, you should advise him, no, sir, please talk to the national executive. Otherwise, you are equal, guilty, and being very hypocritical. Yes, sir. Okay. The next step, the National Executive Committee has discussed and agreed that all those people who are in NAM, what you call the No Alliance Movement members, or what? All those people who are aligned to them, and they hold positions within the different structures of the APRC, from the village to the national executive, are hereby relieved of their positions. Let me repeat for clarity. All those who align themselves with the no to the Alliance movement, and they hold executive positions within the various structures of the party, from the village level to the national executive level, village, constituency, sub-ward, ward, constituency, region, and the national executive, or in the youth group, women group, elders council, the student league, all those people. If you hold position like you are chairman, or you are that, you are relieved from that position. And we are directing all the desk officers and their regional chairpersons to ensure that these people are identified and their places are replaced temporarily before we go into Congress. I hope that's very clear.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. God bless you.
We also want to declare that last Thursday, today is Thursday, last Thursday, we had an executive meeting here. We reached an agreement, I think that was the 4th. We reached an agreement, 14th, sir. We reached an agreement that should be executed latest on Monday. The event has been over. Thursday, Friday evening, we had this different announcement. But that notwithstanding, what we had agreed, and I will make that pronouncement today, that Honorable Abdul Jai, our national youth mobilizer, has been relieved of his position. Consequently, our youth structure, we have the national youth mobilizer, the first deputy national youth mobilizer, and the second deputy national youth mobilizer. That's our structure. Consequently, we have appointed his first deputy national youth mobilizer to act in his position. That's Honorable Fabakarr now. And the second deputy national youth mobilizer Now we act as the first Deputy National Youth Mobilizer, Councillor Fatou Diallo. In addition, it has been decided that from that first day, Honorable Abdul Jaju and Bakari Saibo Sani are no longer members of the National Executive. Consequently, about 3 weeks, a month ago, we were suspicious and we have evidence that most of the executive committee meetings that are leaked out were done through him. And then we removed him from the executive forum. Since that day, to date, we have not had cause to have accusing other people giving out information. Therefore, this is now a decision. Former COP, Mohamed Lamin Jambi, is also relieved of his position as a member of the We will inform you of his replacement in due course. As a leader, I must be willing for everybody to throw whatever they want on me. I don't mind. What is clear is my conscience is clear. And what other knows, that's the final. But I want to make it very clear. And I challenge anybody that Fabakarr Tonbong Jatta cannot drive me. I cannot be bribed. I am a Muslim. I have conscience. Even if I were told, it would have been in my youthful ages, but just a step to the graveyard. What I have not done as a youth. I have done this in the best interest of the Gambia, the best interest of the Aprc, and the entire membership of the Aprc. It's a strong way. In fact, it's a strong way. We are the people in government. We were the ones who moved. We were the ones bullied. We were the ones alleged against. This alliance is definitely one of the surest ways to reconcile Gambians and ensure peace and stability in this country. All APRC militants, sympathizers, members, and indeed all well-meaning Gambians to vote for President Adam Barrow as the flag bearer of the alliance, on the 4th of December 2021. We have in our midst Honorable Educatus. We have stayed together in the APRC since the concept. When you had never been or never thought to hold any position in the party. And I must also thank our brother, His Excellency Sam Sidi. Thank you, sir. I want to seize this opportunity to thank the leadership and their members of our coalition parties. I want to salute and thank His Excellency President Adam Barrow. We want to assure them that we are more committed to the alliance than ever before. We are resolute and that we are prepared to surmount every difficulty to win victory.
Yeah.
I cannot conclude without a few notes I have taken. The chairman of URR, Alhaji Baju Kotukul, with his desk officer, Alhaji Esanjai, chairman CRR, with his desk officer, Right Honorable Senim Bai, on behalf of the APRC executive and membership, we thank you very much for your steadfastness during this difficult journey. Equally, the chairman of NBR, Nordba, Alhaji Omar Drami, with desk officer Councilor Parlamin Giba, we extend to you our gratitude. Haji Shankun Jamme, the entire people of LRA West Coast region, we want to thank you. You've been with us through thick and thin. Kanifi municipality, we have Right Honorable Muhammad Lamin Drame and Desk Officer Ibrahim Tonbong, and the entire membership of KMT. We want to salute you and thank you. Last but not the least, Banjul, our capital. Chairman said Camp, and of course, desk officer, Right Honorable Ablai said. We want to thank you for all your efforts, especially during those difficult days. Our national women mobilizer, Ajaratu Aisatu Jifamde Jani, and our deputy national women mobilizer, Ajaratu Mberi Sow, and your entire women population. We want to thank you very much. You are the backbone of the Green Party. Our national youth mobilizer, Honorable Pamata Ngao, and your deputy, Councilor Ajaratu Fatou Jallo, and the entire membership of the APRC youth group. We salute you and we thank you. National Elders Council, Chairperson Ajaratu Betty said, assisted by Loom and the entire membership of the Elders Council. We recognize you, we appreciate you, and we thank you for all your efforts. Our National Students' Wing, headed by Fabakarr, and your entire membership, we want to thank you very much. Now we go to our brothers in the diaspora. We have the chairman of the USA branch, Alhaji Jibril Fadia, and all APRC militants and sympathizers in the United States of America. We all know Jibril, a very honest gentleman, for excellence. United Kingdom, we have Usman Panjak Bani. We want to thank you, the entire membership within the United Kingdom. Usman Panjak, a man of principle. EU branch, Alhaji Baba Nilka. With the entire membership of the EU, within the EU. And we want to thank also all our sub-branches anywhere in the world, from Mauritania to Senegal, West Africa, Africa, Europe, Far East, anywhere you may be, we want to thank and salute you. I also want to take this opportunity to single out our APRC National Assembly members and our elected councillors. They are our mouthpiece wherever they may be represented. We salute them, we thank them, and we encourage them to continue the fight. Our APRC security, our APRC protocol, Baton and your team, our finance people, Honorable Shedding Bali, our logistics people, Pai Ibrahima and your team, and above all, the nerve center and backbone of the party, our mobilization team. In this circumstance, I want to single out and thank our mobilizer general, former Lord Mayor of Kanifi Municipality, and his deputy, Paseni Badi, otherwise known as Fabakarr. It's not easy, but I know of people who are not here, who are daily calling me on difficult times, sometimes using their resources, their brains, to give advice, to counter things. I may not remember all, but I cannot forget a brother who is no other person than Bala Gaba Gabunga.
As the rules always go, identify yourself, which media that you represent, and please ask one question at a time. If the opportunity comes your way again, you'll be able to ask another question or other questions.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, that's my personal belief. And why do I believe that? I believe, honestly, to myself, that no normal person will take a knife and stab yourself. As I said earlier, he was individual. He had agreed. He had talked to us. Only for the last moment, for things to turn around this way, I can honestly only attribute it to the advice. That's my reason.
Okay, you have the mic. All right. Jalo Forea.
Sitting here, how do you sitting here, like you have alliance with MPP. And now, you used to tell people that there are the parties that are contacted you. And you like to know which parties are contacted, have ever contacted APRC for an alliance before you settle it.
What we did was, we have created committees that parties will discuss with. And then that committee will come to report to us where there is need for us to go into an alliance or discuss further with that party. Among the parties I know of is this GANU itself. In fact, I have in my office, I think so, a document from GANU leadership, the man who established GANU. He's in the US. He's a Sharabulema. I have a document from him. It's with me. I have it with me. So we had our people had discussions with them. We had discussions with GDC. We had discussions with GDC. We had discussions with ANRD, that's Lamin Morgan's party. So we had discussions with there are people who contacted us, and we are not very keen. So what we are saying is, what surprised us is, all these things were happening well before NP. No newspaper was interested in it. Nobody would talk about it. I have not heard it from any person. But when he came to NPP, he became excited.
People were asking him, but you never mentioned it.
Talking about it. The press, they are picking it. Everybody was talking about it. I never told them that we are in alliance then. So why not these other people? How you got that one? Why? Are you keeping it? And then when he came to NPP, you said, let's blow them up.
Asmani from the Vice Newspaper. Honorable, I would like to know what must have changed was going by the 2018 Aprc Congress at Bia. The resolutions one says the Congress elect and adopt the President's Professor Dr. Alhaji Aprc as the supreme leader of the Aprc until 2026. It went further to say, we also recommend that all executive powers of appointing members of the National Executive Committee to be vested on the President, So I want to know which powers do you rely on to dismiss some of the members of the non-alliance movement? And to add up,
one by one, as illiterate as we may be, and according to the laws of this country, especially the various electoral acts and the constitution of the Gambia, we cannot go and make statements that go contrary to those statements in our Biam. So that statement is not correct. Jatta. Two, Congresses go up to 2 years. Whatever decisions we are taking in Biam, the decisions at our last Congress decision override those. And when next we have a Congress, and then they decide to say that myself, body, we are out of the National Executive, are we going to rely on the Paradise decision to say, no, we are not going, we are told to come to Paradise? We cannot do that. So you cannot bring about that Congress report to affect us after another Congress today. But what I want to make it clear is all what we read is not true. It must be written by people. Or whatever, we are not in disagreement. Even our MOU that we signed with Barrow, we saw it in the papers that this is the MOU. Different times. So that statement is not correct.
President here have heard what the party leader said. We did not dismiss or sack anybody from the party. Let's repeat that and let's make it clear. People who held positions and are now with the No Alliance movement, those positions cannot be left with them. It belongs to the party and it must be handed over to other people so that they can serve the party. And secondly, this Congress resolution you are talking about, it's not from the party's Congress, but it is Lamin Tamba who is circulating it. You cannot have a flag bearer up to 2026 when every 2 years you must go to Congress. That's not even logical. Thank you.